Hello, my friend. Welcome to Reflections in Music. Code Blue, Confessions of a Hospital Chaplain. As a hospital chaplain, you often don't realize the toll the job takes on your own spiritual and emotional well-being until it shows up in unexpected ways. One by one, day after day, the deaths and the care you provide for grieving families slowly builds up in your heart until one day the dam breaks and you find yourself releasing a flood of pent-up emotions. It is for this reason that self-care and the support of colleagues is so important for hospital chaplains. One day, my beeper alerted me to go to the emergency department. Upon my arrival at the ER desk, a nurse told me that a teenage boy was DOA and his father was at the bedside. I quietly entered the room and found a man weeping as he gently stroked his son's head and said over and over, "My baby boy is gone. My baby boy is gone." No amount of training or experience prepares you for devastating situations like this. I go over and stand by the grieving father, placing my arm around his shoulder as he continues to weep. After a brief while, the man says, "Chaplain, is there a chapel in this hospital?" "Yes," I reply. "Good," he says. "Then let's go to the chapel." Together, we take the long walk from the emergency department to the chapel, go inside, and sit down next to each other on the padded chairs. As the soft glow of the afternoon sun shines through the stained glass windows, a bronze crucifix on the wall, along with a replica of the Pieta statue, serve as reminders of the deep agony one feels in times of death and loss. We sit in silence until the man's tears slowly subside. After a few minutes of quiet reflection, the man looks at me and says, "Thank you, Chaplain. I think I'm ready to go back to my son now." I accompany the grieving father back to the emergency room and stay with him until he leaves the hospital to go home. As I make my way back to the office, I meet two of my chaplain colleagues in the hallway who ask me about the call to the emergency room. As I begin telling the story, I suddenly and unexpectedly break down and weep. And then I become the recipient of spiritual care as my two colleagues embrace me, both literally and figuratively, with their compassionate ministry of presence. At some point, we will all need a quiet place of solitude, a time of respite to reflect and pray. Other times, we may also need the loving and caring presence of friends or colleagues who will sit with us and embrace us in the difficult moments of our lives.